Hello and happy Sunday. Oh, jeez, she moved on me. She went. I had it, and then she moved. Perfect, thank you. Hey, this is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together,
We are PM Artist Studio.
Super fun, action-packed day. We have new stamps. I think P's actually going to show maybe a little bit of all of the stamps that we have now.
I am. I'm going to bust through them like a...
And then we have quite a few new stencils and a new designer to debut today. So, very exciting.
That's okay. She'll tell me when I bring
when we
it
get
out.
there. All right, guys. Well, let's say hello to everyone. Oh, I think, what are all of you going to do today? I mean, I know we're showing the stamps, the stencils.
We're showing stamps and stencils. We're going to actually initiate our process of building a tag journal today because I'm going to do some background papers.
Cool.
Right now, I'm going to talk about how to make whatever it is that you have pop out rather than just become part of the background. And this is using some of the stencils from Judy P.
Cool.
I've got some papers that I've stamped upon.
All right, very exciting stuff. So, remember, we're coming towards the end of the month, which means the beginning of the month over in the Makers of Mixed Media Art Artist Facebook group. That's our Facebook group. There will be a link in the chat throughout the stream. You can always click there to kind of get over there, answer the questions if you're new, or you can always go to the show more information down below, like somewhere over there below P. And there will be many links there that will get you places that you may want to get, along with like our shop and all the places where you can get our stamps and stencils, and you know, who knows what we come up with next. We're sticking with that right now. that's enough. Let's see what else. Okay, so at the beginning of the month over there, Makers, now they're gonna kind of Anne posted a really great post. There is information in that featured area of Makers where you can find out kind of what this posting schedule is that's going to be coming up for the swap, the collab, or the collage challenge from Judy P. That's going to be a new one. And then we have the Makers creative collab that goes on each month, both non-YouTubers and YouTubers. Very exciting things there. So watch for those posts and use those hashtags. That's good stuff. Now, do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Very important stuff. Along with those thumbsy upsies. Mucho appreciated. Let's say hello to everyone. If you want to hang out and, you know, just hang out, that's cool too. We don't mind. Oh, we got quite the crew today. All right, let me see if I can get through this real quick. Let's do this. We've got Anne, Anthony, Art Curious, that's Miriam, Barbara Poole, Belinda, Betsy, Candy, Carrie, Christy, Colleen, Crafting with Diane, Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, Dana, Diane Bell, Dorothy Gibbs, that's Dot, Eddie, Estella, Eva Macy, hello, Evie, Griffin Shell, Isabel, Jacqueline, Jolly John, hello, we're very much enjoying your post, Jolly John, Jolynn, Joni, Judy P, Julie, that's Julie Parker, Julie Torrance, Yuta, Kathy, Carrie, Lee, Lori, Michelle, Nightbot, she's the one that's going to be dropping in info prompted by our mods or myself. Panka, Quirky Queen's Journal, hello, do tell us your name. I believe that you are new or maybe you've been here before. Respect Design, that's Akiko, I believe that's right. Yes, Akiko. See? Me remembering things, it takes a few times, but I get there. Scraps to Beauty by Xandra, Silver Granny, that's Lynn, Sometimes Grumpy Gnomes with us too, Stitchy Art, that's Paula, Susan, Texture Junkies, that's Sharon. Guess what? We have designs by Sharon. Well, we have one design that we're doing today, stencil design, and then she has more, so there'll be more in that kind of style. So very exciting stuff. Lots of exciting things coming up. Susan and whoops, some more people popped in there. So I said Susan, and I have Texture Junkies, and I got Tina. And some other people that popped in at the top. I'm sorry if I missed you. Lee, let's see if Lee was here. I know Mary Ellen, I think, popped in there. All right. If I missed you, it wasn't on purpose. Just say, hey, hello. And I will say hello back in the chat. There we go. We got SWL. I think that was a pretty good one.
That was a good one. Wow. That was a long list.
It grows each week. Do give those thumbsy up to y'all. Should I go top side?
Yes, please.
Okay. Top side. Ooh, that's the one we want.
Is everything where you can see it?
It is.
I told Mariah this morning, I said, I noticed my little arrows where I need to be inside of that. Well, the reason I have to start off with this is because Izzy was rather miffed. She wanted to take her these are her watercolors.
Mm-hmm.
I got her this set for Christmas, and I would highly recommend these.
She loves it.
These are really nice. I didn't, they weren't that expensive, so I was like, well,
Yeah.
she can muck them up. But I'm telling you what, she's hard on them, and the brushes have held up. So if that's any testimony, if you're a little heavy-handed with your brushes, this is the set you want to buy.
And it came with really cool pad of paper.
Oh, a very
loved it.
high-quality little pad of paper, and it's by a family that's making these.
Oh, yeah, it came with a really cute note and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
or that's just their marketing ploy and it worked, so,
yeah, yeah, I don't know.
There's
yeah.
that.
But anyway, it was very sweet, and a cute little card came along with it. All right, you saw me stamp these. Remember when we were doing Victorian wallpaper? And I stamped a bunch of different cards with that. While I printed some cards, just pulling off whatever was on the paper. And then I had these little ATCs.
Hey, Jamie.
And the problem is once I went over them, they sort of just disappeared because they were the same value as the background. So what I'm going to show you today, and again, it's this word contrast. When you want something to show up, you need to think about what's going to happen. What do you want to bring forward? What do you want to push back?
Did you get those on Amazon?
What? Yes, I did.
Okay. I will.
Almost anything that I get is on Amazon.
Pretty much.
I really, because I can use PayPal and I don't have to muss about with all those alternative payment methods of which I don't know anything
Or
about.
you have to leave the house.
And yeah, I even noticed the other day somebody said you could pay for them with Bitcoin, and I'm like, well, I know that word. I've heard that word, but
Hey, will you hold up the because I'm looking up the name. How do you spell it?
Oh, yeah. Well, let me get out the one that I think I'm going to use.
Okay, there you go. That'll work.
That'll work. It's
Okay.
Benici.
And are they watercolor pens? Is that what they were called?
Yeah.
Or brush pens? I'm just gonna say
They're called brush pens.
markers.
Yeah, and see, they have it, and I mean, the hot pink one here, I think is just about dry.
Oh, here's the one that came with the little set. Yeah, $17.97.
I mean, come on now.
25 of them, and it's an Amazon choice.
And I don't know how light fast they are or anything, but that wasn't really a consideration for the Izzy. It was just, I did read the comments and everything, and it's a nice flexible little brush, but yet you can get in there and really get into areas. Okay. Now on this one, on this side, I used two different colors.
There you guys go. There's that link.
I used a purple.
Hey, Charmaine.
And then I came back in with a blue. And just went around, little different. And I'm going to do sort of the same thing with this one. And I've already gone over the inners of the cup with yellow. So now we're just going to come in here on the, and the other nice thing about these is they blend really, really nicely. And I love the transparency of them.
Mm-hmm. That was kind of nice for Izzy. Now, I will say, there were some of them, though, that are pretty...
They're very intense.
Yes, intense. Still...
Intense.
You can see through them. They are transparent.
Translucent, I would use.
Yeah, so transparent, translucent, opaque.
Yes. But you can see all of a sudden your cup starts to
Hey, Jeanette.
come out at you. And I chose this color because it's kind of a little bit of a nod to the colors that are on the inside. And I don't think it's going to obliterate that background design, but it's going to knock it back a bit. Now here on this edge, it may be, we may need something to...
Aw, Dot, I think they're out of stock in the UK. That's a bummer.
Well, when you go there, tell that nice family that...
They need to ship more to the UK.
That
Amazon.
really, that a little girl in Texas is really enjoying her.
Rhonda got the last one, she says. That's true.
Now, I don't know. I planned on using another color with that, but I just sort of like it just like it is. I think it's nice contrast. And I can see I didn't have my glasses on when I did the...
No, she didn't really.
What is it?
She says, no, I didn't really.
I can't even remember what yellow I really used here. I think it was this one. Doesn't really matter.
I love the little case. I mean...
And I'll tell you what, look, she's kept it in here. Well, you know what I told her? I said, any of them I find out on the floor, I'm going to keep them and put them in my container upstairs.
That'll learn you.
Now you can see this is really making it a little darker, going over it again. And you should be really careful when you're doing watercolor. The whatever is in the background is dry.
All right.
All right, there you go.
I gotta keep removing. We've got a lot of stuff today.
All right. And I'm going to hand those off to Mariah because I think those are ready for the next stage. Which, oh, and by the way, one of those, the water pins also comes with the set.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Goes right over here. So, yeah. And this is a blender.
Nice.
No, that's not a blender.
Well, if you pull it down towards you so people can kind of see the tops and stuff. There we go. Wonderful.
There we go. No, this is black. I'm sorry.
This
is your blender's on this end, your blender brush, and then you get all these wonderful. Can you see the colors?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they really the greens. Look at the rich greens here, and this beautiful. I would call it teal.
I don't have an influencer page, so.
What does that mean?
They've kind of changed it up. It used to be that like you could kind of create this shop thing, which was awesome. And then I started trying to create the other thing, and I was like, oh my god, this is going to take me forever. And so I just haven't gotten back over there. And it's kind of weird because it's like it only allows you a certain number of recommended product stuff. So then I started thinking, okay, well I'm going to have to like pare some things down. So, either we need to become bigger deals, and then I think that they give you a different level of thing, or you can, like, and it used to be that you could create a shop. Well, you can do that, but then you got to pay for it. And I just thought I would much rather save that money and put it into the new website that we plan on, launching hopefully soon. So that's kind of just to give you guys a little behind the scenes and what's what with all that.
We're influencing you guys, and that's all we really need right now.
I wish I could just create the little shop thing. I know that it's awesome, and I've seen other people have that. It just kind of depends on when they came into the influencer, Amazon programs. Or I'm missing out on something. And if you know something that I don't know, send me a link. Much appreciated.
Yes. Okay, so I have been on Facebook, sporadically. And I just kind of come in and hit and miss. So, if I didn't say something to you, don't take it personally. It's just because I kind of go in and come out. And, my main job is I'm a nanny granny during the day. So sometimes hey.
You do, but you should see some of the messes that happen. I'm like, really? You were watching or huh? It happens with Brad too.
Yeah, I got this great.
She goes through my desk drawers, and I'm like, I need to lock that cabinet.
Okay, I don't know how to get rid of that clear. All right, see this baby here? Well, she starts out with the hands. She ended up, her whole body was, I just took her in and
Hosed her off.
Hosed her off in the shower. Fortunately, it was all, water-based. Tempera paint for the most part. Okay, Judy, are you with me?
So, yeah, Judy P made this.
Judy P made this. And she made this. And this was what I was talking about. Somebody had some kind of I think it was a pour. But this is marbling, right, Judy? I mean,
she did that with that marbling stuff.
Yeah. Okay, and so then I came in with my colored pencils and made it into the swamp creature. Mm-hmm. And it's on the back of the skull.
Exactly, Judy.
And then, I've got to show you that. And the reason I have to tie this, you saw how it was tied up, like a package. Because the witches are kind of... The witches are puking out. God dang it.
Sugar biscuits. Oh, God, you even had to tie a special tie.
I had to tie a special tie inside here. Because the witches have grown.
Oh.
I may just have to do a whole thing with witches. Okay,
I told her, her witch section, it needs expanding.
Look at that little witch. And then here's these. I love these. They look like some of my
there you go.
My relatives. I have pictures. It's a gathering of ominous forces. Heck yeah.
Yes.
And then this one up here says, by the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes. Look at those girls. Mm-hmm. I wished I had that waistline.
Well, I think she probably wishes she could breathe because she's wearing some horrible corsets.
You see that expression on her face? Yeah. She's ready to take that thing off.
Anybody would be witchy with that on.
And then these are things that I think it was Lisa sent us.
Yeah, Lisa sent us all kinds of cool stuff. And then I made that I cut out that frame one because P was like, can you cut me some frames? And so that's just Bristol board, and I cut it on the Cricut.
Yeah. And it has something on the inside, I'm not really sure.
Oh, careful, because once you open that little tag thing, it's hard to get back in there. Don't mess with that. All right, we got to stay on task, remember.
Okay, so it's about cats and witches. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how that goes back in there, but I'm not going to mess with that right now. Anyway, just that was...
Susan's is loving the coven.
Okay, yeah, oh, and look at the back page. And this was definitely a two-part. This started, I noticed some of them were in 2020. And then 2021, and we finally finished it up.
And well, we just keep kind of you keep adding tags and things that you guys send us. And I don't know, Devin, I haven't seen her pop in here yet, but we found her tag. We went through a lot of our happy mail stuff. This was like, we really do need to get these into journals and just be able to sort through them and keep them in places where, like, they have a nice little home.
All in one bag.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that we're going to do on this tag journal is we're going to incorporate a lot of that in there. Along with pieces and parts that you sent us. And even, I don't know how you feel about this, but some of the cards are so lovely. I want to make them either into, as is, a belly band where you stick things in them, or...
And we're going to go through those once we get a little closer to that part of the book build. We'll bring those on, and you guys can tell us if you are okay with us, either chopping them up into, making them into tags, or if you just like them left as is. That is perfectly fine. I told P that we needed to ask you guys, because if you send us art, I think it's a bit rude to just chop it up if, Now, some of it, I think you guys expect that. Like, it's edibles.
Because Yolande sent us this and it's just so beautiful, and I love the weight of this paper, and that will definitely be used.
And you know what that is right there? That's scribbles.
Yeah, it's a transfer.
Which is quite tricky to do with metallic paints.
Yeah,
in fact, if you watch Kerry Griffiths, he just did his transfer video. I tell you, he's such a pro. I'm like, dang nabbit. Seriously, I need you to come over here and you and P do a video together so she can, like, stay focused and transfer. She gets real irked. That's one thing that throws her into like this state right here. Even talking about it gets her a little fired up. But anyway, if you want to see a good transfer video, Carrie Griffiths did a lovely job. Moved through different things. Even had some, little mishaps, which happens with transfers.
It definitely do. I don't know the transfer thing. I just
gets her fired up. We have one video.
It's something I should do off camera. Because the language will, yeah. Okay, well, speaking of Carrie Griffin, I finished your little booklet for you, and I used some orange stencil butter through this. This is a great one because the background is puzzle. Judy P's, here, let's turn it over here.
There you go. Because we've got Rhonda Donna's little, the tiki objects, plus then Judy P's medallions, and we call them medallion coins, because that way...
And then aqueous effervescence.
Mm-hmm.
I like turquoise and brown together. I think they're good colors. And I think that this orange really pops out the blue. Mm-hmm. I like that. I think that's a good one. Okay, check it out.
Well, you showed that one.
Did I show this one?
You showed that one.
The squirrel?
Little squirrel face. So wonderful.
Okay, well, I showed this one. Now, I don't know. Did I show this one? Maybe. And then this one, of course, is one side is Estella's and the other side is...
Joni M. Joan Marone. Okay,
there we go. So, I've got some booklets ready to go. Put those right over there, and that right over there. And I want to talk about this because...
Oh, Carrie Griffiths bought some of those little booklets. He's going to do... A lot of people have been real excited about that. I tell you, Anne is the master enabler. She has the coolest stuff.
She does. I don't think she's even showed us a lot of it. I bet a lot of it's still in storage.
Yes, in one of those little stuffy hole places.
Okay, we started this last week, and I wanted to, do you remember the blue on this side?
Remember? Y'all remember this?
Oh, crud, what did I do with that stencil? I had it out here because I did do a little bit of alteration to it.
Hey, Linda.
I don't know.
It is, yes, I know, it's stormy weather. We're supposed to start raining here at 3, supposedly.
And it's very overcast.
Yeah.
We're not getting much in the way of things coming in.
Yeah.
So, the blue that I put down in Carrie's other stencil that had the little lozenge shapes and dots.
No, that's Fran's.
Oh, is that Fran's?
Saucers. Mm-hmm. Carrie's is the whimsical whatnots.
Okay. All right.
That's why I'm here to keep it straight, y'all.
Exactly. And that's going to happen with this when I bring out the stamps, too, which I'm going to do shortly. So that disappeared. If you hold it just right, you can still see some of the shapes. The reason I chose the blue, and it's golden turquoise phthalo, and it was, remember, layer number 4.
There's confessions in the chat about who has bought the booklets as well. Anne says she should have worked out a distribution deal.
Boy, no kidding.
Yeah, who knew?
And I'm telling you, they print beautifully.
They're great little books.
That
the paper's awesome.
Whatever the front of that paper is, it prints like a charm. I wouldn't even mind having some of that paper just for, because it really sucks it up. And I even did a dry pull.
Hey, Gayla.
With one. Okay, so, again, we're talking about contrast here. If you want something to show up, it needs to be lighter or darker than what you have on there. Here's my problem with this one. So if I chose to go and let the blue show up, I was going to lose my yellow. So I went with, because I thought this background here really showed up. And what you're seeing over here is you're seeing the blue has defined the negative space of the circles, and then the positive space shows up over there. I think that this, even though it's not a perfect print by any means, I sort of like this weird stuff going on the edge here. And actually, Mariah, if we wanted to, could go in and spray that. But I think if you folded this in half, it would be a lovely addition to a journal where you would see both of them opposite of each other. Of course, you'd have to put it in the middle, I guess. And then I saved this to show you what I pulled off of the plate after I pulled the print. I lost, you know, a lot of stuff around the edge. But anyway, there's that.
And then Anna was so sweet. She even found, so I'll put this is like the craft, cover. Here's the little booklets.
All right. So, we were talking about what to put down to stamp on. And Mariah, oops, got all kinds of cruddy. No, where'd that come from?
There's a link to the booklets that P just
But
showed.
you can kind of see the stamping on here. And, I mean, you know.
This is the fun foam.
Fun foam. Perfect surface. Perfect surface. I did a couple of stamps on my own, and I'm a firm believer that this is gonna. I'm gonna get rid of these tags. We don't really need those right now, anyway. Those over with my little booklets, and I will try to get the booklets out. Yeah. All right. Now, initially, all I was going to show today. Pardon me.
We've all had a little another, because the weather keeps changing. That's what I blame it on.
Yeah. Is I promised, I can't remember who. Help me out, Mariah.
Sandy Franklin.
Yes. Wanted to know, you know, what, and see, this is just, it either shows up, can you see the stamp?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a
I know. Well,
week.
it was. I did these. And I was kind of trying to get her done.
Okay, you can see. I don't blame you. I really, you know, I didn't know. And here's this one that's a kind of little solid seal looking one. This is what it looks like. And what we're doing now is, besides the actual stamp, pardon me, might need some whiskey. In the shop will be.
It's done.
It's done. It will show you what that stamp does, which I think is really great because
That's why we did them.
the denseness of the black foamy thing, it's really hard to see.
Yes.
So, is that it? Yeah.
Eddie ordered the colorful ones.
The colorful
And also supplied me a link, or showed me that they have smaller ones in colorful, with colorful covers.
Oh.
You have to make it through your other books before you get any new books, and maybe you have to clean
I'm perfectly happy with the ones I have. I can make them colorful.
Aw, thank you, Gayla, for the super chat.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so here you have it. This has the kind of solid inside. And then the other is little companion piece, smaller.
So, Kathy wants to know how we clean them. What we've been doing is strictly using the archival, like, Ranger ink, for one. Secondly, all we are doing is just pouncing them off.
Oh, and I have to show you
just
my pounce-offs. My pounce-offs are quite nice. Okay, I'm going to take these away because I've got more to show you.
But
and I mustn't linger.
If you are using these with any acrylic inks or paints, have a little water bath ready for them, or, you know, really have a wet cloth or, you know, something to pounce them off onto, because you do not want that acrylic drying on there.
And I do not know that I would use Murphy's soap, because Murphy's soap does have a some kind of a solvent stuff in it to make it activate it. You can smell it. It's okay. Here's one. I love this one.
Yes. Judy says, "Oh, pounce offs of peas. I bet that those will end up being great backgrounds."
Oh my gosh, I've got them. I'm going to show you in just a minute, but I got to get through these, okay? And here's gears. And here is, a bee.
All right, scoot gears over above the leaf because it's like right behind you. Sitting behind you. There you go. Perfect.
And did you see, is the bee?
Oh, and hey, by the way, Rhonda, surprise! We cut your leaves.
Aren't they one? I was pretty excited about that.
And then we have Fran's, the
Was?
urchin flower.
Yes, I love that one. I did a great background.
And I'm
with that.
waiting to hear from the other designers on which ones
And here's
of
our
theirs
little,
they would like
little
to see
fat
first.
bumblebee. Okay.
Sizes, please. Okay, most of them, if they are smaller, are about 2 inches, roughly. The larger kind of leaf there, that's 3 inches.
Yeah, I have a ruler here somewhere.
And then the long ones run anywhere from 4 to 6 inches. If that does that help you?
Okay, so you can see
I
here.
we could never get the Cricut to cut the fun foam. I
Yeah.
mean, without like running it 20 million times. And then what happens is we were getting roller marks. It just became a big. I was like, if it takes this much to get it done, this is not like what we need to produce things for the shop. I know people have done it on their machine.
I highly recommend these containers. You can double layer them.
And they still don't get squished.
And they still don't get squished.
Because you want to be careful with that. With the foam, if you were to crease them, it's going to stay there if you leave it long enough.
Now, they do have this little handle thing, and if you
Takes
turn it
that.
upside down, your handle falls off. So, just FYI, I just threw away the handle. Okay, I'm not even going to get out the stamps. I'm just going to show you the
stamp.
I mean, you know, you can't see them anyway because it's black on black.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, come on now. And I have requested singles of each of these.
Yes, and I think that will be a fun little set to, and in very in a little bit different size than what that stamp is. So that way, if you wanted to have both of them and use them together, it would be fun, and you have variation in size.
And you know, I love that. I really, because that just, it just gives it an opportunity to make it uniquely yours when you have that option of moving about your, and manipulating your stencils and stamps in ways that, okay. Just a smaller butterfly. Now we use that on some of the ACTs we did last time.
Yes, you guys saw that one being used. And where's the other little cake set? Well,
And here's Fran's urchin.
flower urchin.
Flower urchin. Here's atomic daisies. And of course, these guys.
Now, where's the other cake set one? Because there's the inner and the outer. It's like a reverse, which is pretty cool.
I already showed it.
Okay, well, I know,
just
but
should've-
side by side
I
is-
should do it side by side. Good
It
point.
makes more sense that way.
Yes, it does.
So you can get either one.
So
Oh, and
this is positive, negative.
You showed the moths?
No, not yet. I haven't.
Oh.
I still have more.
Can you take paint off with these stamps for a shadow effect? I think so, but she won't. I haven't convinced her to do that yet. But I would assume so.
Oh, I haven't even got to play with that.
Well, yeah, those are brand new.
And I love that one, of course.
So,
I call
Arty
it
Squiggles, Jazz,
I call
a.k.a. Dancing
Jazz.
Graffiti.
Call it jazz. Those moths, somebody wanted those. There they are.
That was Charmin, and I think that she was already aware that they were there.
Oh, okay. And here are some little, I love that. That is just such a, and here is, it should put these next to each other, see?
Tanya, they, yes, those little containers are the best as far as for storage. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen around here. Like, I don't know.
I have to scoot
We
them
need
over.
a warehouse.
Look at these darling little
I love the little X's. I think we call those mini X's.
mini X's.
And the other ones are Jacks.
Yeah.
So those were from the Volume 1 strippers. But then you can either get the outline or well, Brad calls it standard or reverse.
Standard or reverse. That's a good way to say it. And you know, it just depends on how dense you want them, because one
Hey, Julie. Thanks.
is much denser than the other. And I really like this because, see, you get to see the outer bits that I very carefully cut out. Alrighty.
Oh, just show them show the stars a little bit. Give them a little more look. I think the stars are cool. That's gonna be.
I've been trying to snag this one down there.
Yeah, she has for days. You ready for that? I'm like, we haven't stamped them yet. If you would like to go and stamp everything for us, that would be super. And then she got on to her Valentine's box project with the baby. So.
And then Mariah tells me, you know, they have these white boxes that
at
Michael's that you can get.
I was like, dang it.
And,
really would have sped up our process.
And I'm just like, how rude.
They'd already paid the box, though, so I wasn't going to buy one.
I've spent 45 minutes, making sure that this is covered properly. All right, now, I promise this is the last of the...
Now, a lot of this stuff is not...
Where did I put my papers? Oh, I put them over here. Never mind.
I was going to say, don't show a lot of those things that are in that box, because most of those
Because this is betas.
Yes.
I get the rejects.
Well, or the, starter stamps that working out size, or even when we were testing out different foams. And I'm very pleased with the foam that we went with, because Brad even ordered some other samples, and I'm like, I don't think that those would have worked. So I'm very happy that, like, I really like the foam that we went with.
Well, I really didn't want to get into this until Tuesday and Thursday, because I am going to go into it big time.
Deep. She's going to dive deep on Thursday.
I'm going to dive deep on Thursday, but...
Bring your snorkels, your breather apparatus, however deep you want to go.
Sure, yeah, make sure your oxygen tanks are charged up. Okay, so this is created using a Semic. This is created using...
Jelly Shelly.
Jelly Shelly. This is Jazz.
Look at Friends.
Look at this.
The urchin thing. Now, that was the original one, so be careful there. Cause I don't know if Brad has it in 2 different sizes or not. Always remember, if you guys want a particular, like, if you say, if we only made it in the big one, you go, oh, I'd really rather, like, give me a 2-inch. I'll get back to you and we can work that out.
But this is what I did when I was cleaning off my stamp. Mm-hmm. So have a piece of paper handy, and you can be creating some wonderful backgrounds. And look at this is done with little now I did actually re-ink that. And these are just...
That's my... I attempted to stamp it again, but I didn't line it up.
Wow, it's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
And then this is gears with these other stamps that were, And this is just another little strip that, it's not dark, very dark, but I love
Hey, Lisa.
the stamp of the
Urchin, yeah.
Urchin, because it's very ginkgo looking, I think,
I think he needs to make that option with because see, he took the little thing out of it. Because he's like, I think it looks better without it.
Yeah.
But I kind of like both.
I do.
I gotta say.
I really do. And then these are...
Yeah, these are stamp-offs.
Yeah.
This is the...
And then I just went in with...
Okay, yes, we have hit our 100. We're sitting there for a bit. We'll do, probably towards the end of the stream, we'll do the stencil or, stamp. You can use it for whatever. It's $15.99 for the shop. You must place an order for $30 or more. And you must reach out to me, those types of things. But yes, we will do that at the end. And then coming in February, we're going to move the mark up to 200 people in hopes that, I can make things happen. Always exciting. But yes, we will go ahead and do that. Those of you that are coming in, please say hello in the chat so we can say hello back, because we love to do that. If you wish to hang out in the background, that is totally fine as
I should
well.
keep that over here.
Please do give those thumbsy upsies. They are
That'll
very
be a
important.
good thing to show the white stencils on. Because I don't know that I'm going to get to all the stencils today, but
I want to show them.
I'm going to show them.
Okay.
And don't get your feelings hurt if I don't get to
She'll
them.
bring it back.
Because on Tuesday, it's going to be a continuation of what we're starting today. It's just going to be adding adding more layers. Really, I want a wide variety of materials to be able to choose from. Because when you start your journal, the best thing is that you have that all prepared and ready to go, so that you don't have to stop, move all of your stuff off so you don't muck it up, and produce the paper that you really, really want. Now, you know, I do that.
Oh, Brad's giving Fran some super love there in the chat. That's very nice.
Aw.
Thank you. And
Okay, so stencils.
So Lisa says, could you have a puzzle-like stencil where we could remove and add center of Fran's design? We kind of... No, is the quick answer for that, sort of. But we may work... If it's the center one, we might be able to work that out. Maybe on the larger one. But I'll talk with Brad about that. Because Brad and I had kind of thrown it back and forth. But then it was like, well, I don't know. Is it worth it? Is it, you know... It's kind of one of those things. But we'll...
Okay, I'm going to move
work out
this.
that.
Because this really makes a wonderful... because it's matte and it's not shiny.
She likes it. I thought that too. That I was like, hey, this would work really nice for the stencil showing off too.
Of course, if it gets buried, that's quite another.
I mean,
all right, now I want you to think about this in relationship to these papers, because and see, oh look at this. Added a raisin-sized drop of color change, yellow green. Oh. To make the, golly, these sticky notes really stick good to that. Stick to anything else, kind of like washi tape. Okay, isn't that wonderful that I added that? Because we talked about changing your gold.
Oh, those are ours. Brad made those. Brad's been busy.
Yes.
He got inspired.
But these are very, they go beautifully with the Asian themed, tissue papers.
Julie Torrance would like some Chinese food now.
Oh,
Doesn't it look like in some of those fancier like Chinese restaurants, it's like those screens?
But I really can see that this is going to become a stamp also.
Yes, Tambien.
I just feel that. And I love that because it's sort of seal-like, you know. Like, oh. Okay, we're going to use this today. Here's the muy grande. And I always say I'm not going to use that, but I end up using it.
I'm so happy that you've come to grips with that. Oh, it would be great on your kimono papers, Marcia. Yes.
Oh, yes.
And then, by the way, those of you that I am sending ATCs to, many of you, I think, have gotten, like, some of the first batch that I did send out. I will be sending out, hopefully, the second batch tomorrow. Because I want to get them photographed and do the little, you know, video that I did like on the first batch. And I just have 1 or 2 more to go. Excited.
And this is for the Froyals out there that want, you know.
Muy grande. She likes her stencils big.
Now,
this is...
I say that I probably won't use this. But, you know, I may come in and just select out, say, a big old star.
Here's what I think would be cool, is if, you know, we're lucky enough that we have them all here. Aw, thank you so much, Rhonda. Thank you for the super chat. We're doing well on a super chat today. So, if you used all 3 and layered them up, almost maybe even in a shadow technique kind of way, or just building them up.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work because
Not
it's
like that.
really...
No, not stacked, but just
Oh.
placed here and there.
Oh, flip and flop.
Yes, and placed here and there in different dried up layers. I think that would be very interesting. Starting with your largest one in the background.
Well, and also remember when I was doing this stuff.
This one's
Just,
Galaxy Gate, or Celestial.
You know, moving stuff around and pouncing.
I think that would be very cool.
I think it would too. Well, this is definitely, and look at this little ATC size. Isn't this just precious?
I did this for her because she always asked me for the super small one, and I was like, here you go. Now, the little swirly doos, they didn't make it to that small of a size, so they're more little spermy doos. But they look like comets. We're going to go with comets.
Comets. Yeah, I can see that. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Christy Hartman. Yes. She designed those. She designed them to be gates. It's a celestial gateway.
Celestial gateways.
That's how you get started in, astrophysics. But
I must lay this down correctly because otherwise it's...
slaps. Now, this is Sharon Shields, aka Texture Junkies. These are hers. There will be more of these lovely little circle things coming out too. I really wanted to focus on one set, and then I did go ahead and create some little, bits and strips to go along with them to add value to the different sets.
Is that how?
Yes, April, we're still alive.
Still goes. What does she mean by that?
April, a lot of times, poor thing, she comes in like right at the end or, right after.
If I ever figure out which way they go.
There you go. I know, at one point I was like, oh, wait, did I flip that around? But yeah.
I'm observing my arrows, Mariah.
Now you could pull the
all right, now, can you tell me what do you get when?
Oh, yes, that would probably be important, wouldn't it?
Oh, okay.
There you go. Perfect. Actually, that fits in there, like, spot on. That's awesome. Good job. Okay, so with the really
grande.
Yes, with the really grande one, you get the grande strip at the top that you got there.
You get these two.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Then with the 6-inch, which is the next size, you get the next size little strip thing with it. There you go. Then with the 4-incher, you get the 4-inch plus the little bit. Nope. There you go. 4-inch and a little bit. Nope. Take the little circle out of there. Take the little circle out of there. Perfect. That's that set. And then finally, you can get a 3 and a 2 together. Look at that.
Okay.
Good job. I was a little worried how that was going to go.
Yes. All right. Now, right away, these are going to go beautifully with Christy Hartman's Woodlands.
Oh, yes. Perfect, yes. And I think
So-
Sharon also has some plans, Sharon, and if you want to make other little strips, I'm all for it. We can do that.
All righty. Now, I have done due diligence. I have shown everything. Oh, no, I have not. I have
was there
not
more? Oh, you
shown everything.
There's one more that Brad made.
And this is the one that we're going to use today, just because this is going to create backgrounds.
This is a pretty, it's a pretty deco, like, you've seen this.
And
But
I
we
think
have it now.
the reason that I picked this one was because I can use so many of our other stencils that we have.
There's a step
Plus,
one.
this is a really extensive set. Okay, so pardon me, you have this one. When you layer these, I'm hoping I'm going to be able.
Looking at it.
I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do it properly. It may take me a couple of tries, but when you layer them over the top of each other, can you see what happens? Isn't that magical? Now that really is.
Or it could be mermaid scales. Yes, indeed, Z.
And you've got them in all the where you've got a wide border, you've got a small border, so it covers more of the page if that's the way that you want to go. But I told Brad, I said, you could also flip them around and turn them the other way. And look at this. It's going to create a really optical illusion-y.
Hey, Peg.
Optical illusion-y thing, I am thinking. Okay.
Or dragon scales. Indeed. Japanese kimono patterns. Definitely a
Yes,
Hiko.
very much
These
so.
were all very Asian inspired.
Yes. All right, well, that's what we're going to do today.
Well, let's do it. Look
Let's
at us.
do it.
I mean, in under an hour did we get that done.
Boom,
job,
boom,
Pete.
boom. Oh, and you know what? I'm always forgetting to do something. I think my...
Ocean Mermaid.
Okay, well, we get to talk about this again.
The
Nothing
roses
like
were
bringing
done.
back in. All right.
Got a lot of roses.
Okay, but some of these you haven't seen because I just pulled
Right.
them. Okay, well, this was dismal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like not a total failure. The copper ones came off pretty well. Most of that stayed on the plate. I am not sure why.
Yeah, I don't know.
I really don't know. But these came off fabulously. I mean, look at that. Aren't those pretty? This came off gray.
Colleen says we're going to crash the site by people placing orders. I hope that we have the right amount of hosting. I think we're good.
And then, of course, the purple. And then, of course, this one. Oh!
Oh.
Be pulling off things I don't want to pull off here. Because this is the one that we just did. So we've got to put something down on it. We won't be able to use it.
Should have done that right there at the beginning.
I know.
But
C'est la vie. I just keep piling it up back here. We're going to have you remember yeah. Okay.
we got a lot of cool stuff coming up from a lot of the different designers. And I think Brad is going to, hopefully this week is going to be a bit more open for both of us to really focus on getting things queued up. We're still going to try to stick to this whole schedule of main launches on Sundays. That way it gives P kind of the week to play with the stuff that we have shown. And then,
And I didn't get much time to do that because I don't know what I was doing.
What do you mean?
All right, so here's the deal. We've tried the blue, and I know that this peachy color is kind of, remember, it's kind of cottage cheesy, but I think I can make it work.
Right. I like this idea. I think it's going to be very subtle and lovely.
I think so. And even if I have to brayer off quite a bit of this, I don't care.
You're exactly right, Julie. Metallics are the trickiest things on the plate because it's like a lot of times they really stick. If it's direct to the plate, it's very hard to get them up. Or if you're trying to pull with them, it is very hard to get them to pull other things up.
Oh my gosh, did you see that?
So
It
gross.
flopped that
It's
piece
so
right.
gross.
I told you that this is
away for a
cottage
moment.
cheesy. And I don't, I almost think I should contact the people and tell them that I think that their paint is defective, but, I make it work. So do I want to?
You know what I feel like happened? I think that when you first started using it, you didn't shake it up really well, right? So
Well,
then,
it's hard body. How do you shake up viscous material that just sits there?
well, I don't know. This is my theory. Can we listen to it?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. It's bullshit, but bull snot.
Anyway, she didn't shake it up well enough, so then it sort of separated out. The stuff that came out at the beginning was all great and smoothie, blah, blah, blah.
No,
Well,
it has always been.
Ever since?
It has, ever since I opened it up, it was cottage cheesy from the get-go.
Yeah. All right. Well, there that goes.
I think maybe it was just a slightly defective, but my feeling about it is I'm smart enough. I can make this work.
Oh, Karma. Thank you. You're so sweet.
I want to get some off of here, but I also want quite a bit to stay on because remember, we're pulling that metallic layer, and we know what happens with the metallics.
Yeah.
And I want to try and not get huge. All right, I'm going to try to just back off and kiss the surface, make it nice and smooth. Got some crazing going on out there, but I do not see that as being
No, I think that's an advantage in this.
Yes. And remember, when we're thinking about, I don't know. Now, minimum of wrinkles. This is tissue paper because that paint goes through the tissue paper. And the qualities of the Carnival that you love when you're doing this when you're trying to tear it to make it into, you know, whatever you're going to use on your collage, it doesn't tear well. Oh, now look at that. Doesn't that just look like some old wallpaper in an old...
I want to send it to somebody that makes really pretty journals.
I know, me too.
Because, like, that ain't our thing, but it's like, it deserves that.
It does. All right, well, write me out a instant message and explain in depth why you need this. And I will send you all of my papers.
Yes. And we expect results.
Yes.
We need
At
this
least no, I won't expect a video, but at least, you know, quality pictures.
Yeah, some photo evidence that you've
Photo
created,
evidence that you
said
actually...
journal that we have, you know, requested.
Or if you know, it's sort of like going in for a job interview. If you have something that you've done in the past that's similar to that, that would...
be helpful. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I meant to change this paper today, but I had so much stuff out here. It was just like, okay.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. All right. Well, we're going
Thank you, Judy P. She says she gave us some super chat. She's feeling sorry for you with your colored cottage cheese.
My cottage cheese paint.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is a little warpy here.
Hello, Dawn. Welcome.
Don't know. All right. So we're just going to have to make it do. I really wanted to use the big one for my papers, but that's not to be. All right, so let's talk about this. Do we want to start off with the really detailed one? Or do we want to start off with the more solid? You know, I'm just thinking back to old, what's her face?
What are you talking about?
Saint Hilaire.
Yeah.
When she did hers, I think she started off with the small stuff first.
That makes sense. No. You want to start off with your big, so you're leaving big openings.
She started off with little dots. Then she went to the next one, and the final one was one where there was a lot of space. So I may even use something like neurographic or...
She's pulling those prints. She's building it up that way.
Right.
She ain't building it on the plate. I just always think that, you know, because you build on the plate.
See, I'm gonna be doing a little of both.
Well, you need to take that into consideration because it reverses your...
Yes, it does. And it doesn't matter. I'm going to go with this.
Okay.
I can always reverse it. But right now, what I'm happy about is that I can put this down on the plate. And here's the thing. See those little things? They do flippy-do. So you must be aware of that. Now, my color thing here is...
You just says solid color first, then large open.
Yes. Oh, large open. Yeah, the very last one, that's what she did. The width of her stencil, the negative space was almost exactly the same as the positive space. Now, I don't really, you know, I do have one like that. I have, remember my original strip of puzzles? Mm-hmm. But I don't even know where that is. That would be a good one to go with this one. Something to think about. All right. This is the time that we can use...
Oh, Gail is asking, they do a flippy-do? What do you mean flippy-do?
Turn it so that the
pattern crisscrosses.
Yeah, so the pattern crisscrosses. And I think that's going to be sort of interesting. I don't know.
I'm for this.
I don't know.
Yes, do these going opposite directions. Mm-hmm.
All right, so I think I'm going to go with... sort of semi-transparent. This is pretty...
Lynn says, do a rainbow ombre.
I could. Okay. That's very much a Chinese red, don't you think? Mm-hmm. Sure we've got enough of that out there. And then let's go with some alizarin, which is the really...
Thanks, Diane.
This one. Over here.
Sharon says Ted in gold. I think she means teal and gold. But I like Ted. We're going to start calling her Teal Ted. Bring out Ted.
All right. Up. Let's upset that.
Oh, red. She means red. Red is Ted.
Oh, red is Ted? Okay.
Yeah. And then Ted get his own. Ooh. That's going to be so fancy.
Fancy, fancy.
It makes a cool sound.
It does.
You can get in there at the tops and the bottoms. Or you're crazing. I don't know. One or the other.
It's going off the page.
All right.
Ma'am. Oh, look at that. Isn't
No, sorry,
that
the
lovely?
side to side. Ooh, that's cool. Red Ted is good friends with Murder Fred. Hey, Janice. I'm very excited about this.
All right, I will show you more of that in a moment.
It sounds funny, too, when it's coming up. Whoa.
Well, did I hit the camera?
Yeah, you're good. Don't touch it.
Okay. Got a wrinkle, but that's all right.
You could scoot over towards your brayer off a little bit. There you go. Love it. Thank you. I think that's more your middle anyway, right?
It is.
Save the brayer off, they're saying.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Woo.
Okay. Now we still have this, which I was hoping. You know, you never know. You may pull it all up. But this is, look at how beautiful that is. I mean, I couldn't have custom ordered
We
that.
didn't feel it here, Lynn.
All right. I probably need to let that dry a little bit. Let that dry a little bit, and let's...
And welcome to those of you that are coming in. Please say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. If you want to hang out in the background, that is okay as well. But please do give those thumbsy upsies. Thank you.
All right. Again, I should have had this cleared off. You can see this is the book.
She's got a window.
I've got a window. And it ain't of opportunity. Well, it would...
I was going to say, that could have been. Just really depends on how you look at it.
Just could have been.
Pessimist.
But it's not going where I need it to go here. And there's a lot of it on here. This is...
Oh, that's... Carrie says, was it an earthquake or what is it? Orders hitting the website. Look at that. That was clever. Hey, Ellen. And I did email you back, Ellen. Hopefully, you know, we didn't end up in spam. Hello, Sue. Welcome. And a happy Sunday to you.
Try to get as much as this off with each strip. And it just gets to a point where it no longer picks it up because it's
full.
Yeah.
That goes with your bracelet very nicely.
Does, doesn't it?
You should keep that strip and do something with it.
Yeah, I know people that do.
Yeah?
I just can't get past the shiny stuff. Okay, well, that's about all
So
we're
they
doing.
know how to dull out or tape.
Yeah.
Oh! Lynn, you had us all going. This is not a real one. Just pee shaking the camera. Yeah.
Sorry.
I know. Look at us.
Well, this is, you know, kind of sorry we had to do this. I've been doing, as Mariah said, what are you doing up there? I said, well, I've been doing social media. I've been talking to people. And she knows that that's kind of unusual for me. Okay, I think we probably still have a few bits and whatnot out there, but I don't think it's going to...
Nothing major.
I don't think it's going to be a make or break it thing here. All right, now... because this is part of our... I need to get this really right on there. So I can utilize, okay, a little off the edge, a little off the edge. Excellent.
All right, so just FYI, this is the 8x10 version, which it seems that Brad even made it go further. So, is that right? Because you got your 8x10 plate. What plate you got there?
Yeah, I could if I really wanted to make sure that, but I kind of like the smaller size.
It's ever so slightly. It's not
ever
major,
so slightly.
but...
It's not horribly obvious, but I just think I wanted that. And I can always use the other one. All right, we're going black.
Hi, Diana. Yes, some days it's...
Just because I think that this is a very classic design.
We were trying to look up, because there are certain designs that mean things, but, you know, Brad did design this, so it wasn't specific to any actual symbol. But then I was like, well, it could say something that was really, or have a meaning that was... We apologize.
And that was Mars Black that I just used, heavy body. And if it looks like it's not getting down in there enough,
you should remember, always use more paint
than you think you need
when doing this type of...
All right, here we go. We're getting out the fluid acrylic, which is going to loosen this up just a little bit and make it go down in there. And I always wait and kind of do that, because then I know that I've made sure that the stencil is adhering to the plate by rolling over it all those times.
I'm also, like, you're going to have to be very careful when you're pulling this thing up.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's brand new.
It's a brand new stencil, and it's very obviously stuck down there really well.
Yes. After the million roller over.
Oh, I always love how it gives you that.
No worries, Tracy. Thanks for coming in. I'm the one that always wants, like, Asian food of some sort, like, of all sorts. Although he's a big fan of, like, the sticky rice Thai food. That's kind of on the lower end of my favorites. Japanese food, Chinese, love it. Korean. Some of the Korean stuff gets a little weird, though. It's a little beyond my adventuresomeness.
All right, we're going to do one more.
Hey, Patty.
One more. Just to make sure that we've got a nice...
How are you and how's Mom?
That'll still be usable, by the way. Okay, here we go. Just kind of wiggling it a little bit, because it's like Mariah said.
Well, this one has enough connections that it isn't too wonky.
Okay,
So.
I was going to pull that. I'm not going to.
It's lovely.
I'm going to leave it and do it with gold.
Oh, why do you tease me? If she doesn't do it with gold, I'm gonna be very sad.
All right. So let's bring this dude back. And I've already decided what we're going to pull this with. Squeezing my paint down. This is kind of like, you know, toothpaste.
What is the name of this stencil? I don't know what Brad actually... This was done like late last night. Hold on, I'll tell you what he finally decided. There was much discussion. Let's see here. This one is the Oriental Lattice. And then the other one is Arch Deco. Because we thought that that kind of hit both.
Remember, you want to do this quickly. So we're going to get this down. Get those edges.
Well, that seems to be good news. Oh, but I'm sure you're exhausted. Now, one of the key things with using the metallic to pull with is also being very quick about it and getting that paper down. Don't mess about.
Yeah. And I did leave it pretty juicy. I did not spray her off a lot, so I've got a lot.
Her inner. Woo-hoo-hoo! Hey, Christy.
All right, I think that's going to be some really mighty fine stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're teasing us, Patty. She says if she has a burst of energy, she might stream later today. I was hoping to, but not sure if she's up to it. Fair enough. Hey,
Okay.
if she does and anybody knows that Patty's on and I'm not there, message me, please.
Yes. And then Mariah will tell me.
Yeah. We'll make sure that we're there, giving you love and maybe a little bit of, you know,
Yeah, and
sugar.
Okay, so I got this out here for a reason, and I'm going to kind of take it off a little bit so that I'm trying to find my arrow. Okay, there's my arrow. I'm inside the zone.
Yes, Judy P says, now that looked like some specialty paper coming together. Very Chigami. You know, because it has the sparkles.
I know. I think I
might need to make my own book. I think those should all just go into my collection. This is very much my style.
Yeah, okay.
This sings to me.
Excuse me. All right. Now, I want to make this gold, but I want to make it a little bit rose goldy. Okay? So, what I need is I need some of my... I don't need this because this is too opaque. Mm-hmm. I need some of my... this. And this is, you know, this is the Chinese red that I used earlier. So I'm going to use a little of that. And I know that it's still going to allow my gold to show through simply because it is a transparent. You want to make sure of that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mix my gold in with the idea that I might need a little bit more of something else. And the something else that I usually go to are these little guys.
The color shifts or
The
color
color
change,
shift.
or depending on, you know, what the brand.
And did you notice I've got my apron on today?
Because she has her sweet pink shirt on.
And and that's because my shirt already has stuff on it. So it's either I have my apron on
to cover it up,
or
to save it.
To save it. I mean, you know, come on now, that's a wonderful. All right, and I'm using this little bit. You can tell I've used it before for other mixes, and I can, instead of putting it over there, which you know I usually do, and I don't really care about that, but I really want this to mix and just be a mixture in and of itself. I don't want it to have streaks of color. I want it to have...
Why not have this?
Okay.
I'm enjoying
That's a little bit too pinky.
I like it.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my green, opposite of the color wheel, complementary colors, So oh, well, that was
Very
unexpected.
opinionated,
Whoa,
that green.
it's just,
It's bubbling out. I'm telling you, because of all of the weather changes, the barometric pressure.
well, I also had it upside down, which was really kind of a rookie move there.
Yeah, that was.
And I just, I
you
hate
like some
wasting
help?
this, even though it is, super cheap paint.
It's a good color, and you got to order all of it in order to get the one.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not turning that baby upside down anymore. Just don't think we need to do that. Whoa!
See, Lynn was with me. She liked well, it's going by now, Lynn.
Okay, so all that's going to do is that's just going to knock it back a little bit.
Making it more coral.
Yes, making it less
Pink.
pink. Now, let's say that I really, I'm really liking that, but I'm thinking, I think I'm going to sneeze.
I think she wanted the more punchy rose, or punchy coral. But Patty says if you want a subtle rose gold color, golden spine silver with some golden spine copper makes a very nice mix.
Ah, there you go. With a lot less hassle. All right, I just added a little bit more brown to that simply because I thought, it was kind of I'm going over the edge here. I should use my bigger.
Yeah, you kind of chose a small little.
Yeah. Well, I already had this one messed up.
Gotcha.
Get that in there. Okay.
It's a mighty fine copper you made there.
It is copper, but it's not the copper that I'm not
It's coral.
It's
shiny coral. We're going with that.
Yes. All right. Let's get after it.
That was funny, Christy. Ooh, I do like what I'm seeing. Oh. You could have probably. Hey, look.
Oh crap! See what happened there?
Well, it's fine. Don't roll over it too much more. Just put your paper down. Hope for the best.
Oh, not.
It just got real.
Fran!
Oh goodness.
Okay, so I rushed my black. And see my. Did you see this with the
Yeah, here I also.
no, I can't take that right now.
Oh, okay.
I can't. I've got
Brayer.
getting my brayer taken care of, because I don't have any over there. I've got to get that swoopy stuff off. There we go. Okay, now I can relax a little
Okay.
bit. Whew. Okay, all right. Mariah is showing you this. She's saying we could have started with that. We could have.
Yeah. That's one of those U.S. Art Supply ones that we showed in the last stream.
But where's the fun in that?
No, I don't know. I will say that yours is a bit more toned down because it doesn't have like quite the interference, like color shifting thing that's going on there.
This is a lot darker. It's a lot,
But you know.
yeah.
Options in a tube.
Yeah. But anyway.
Oh.
There we go.
Hey, don't sniff my
Now,
paper.
did I? Oh, I don't want to do that.
I don't want your nose print on my paper. Stop.
Make sure that we've got this down here. I think this was a.
Eddie says that was intense. I need a cocktail.
I need to go smoke a cigarette. Okay, so we've got a bunch of stuff on here.
The one that is in a tube, that's one of the ones from the U.S. Art Supply. It's what is it, Fire something, I think, or something, I don't know.
Blaze red gold iridescent. So see, that's what they're talking about when you kind of give it a little wiggle. What you see is the gold, but then it's got a bit of a red hue to it when you go kind of to the side.
Mazzie's the dog. She's right here, but she was trying to snip on my paper over here, and it's the stuff that's very. Oh, I'm sorry. I stopped petting. She nudged me.
She nudged you. Well, something must be going. Usually, when she comes up here, somebody's blowing a whistle, or there's whistles going off, or sirens, or something.
Basically, Izzy's probably doing something that has got her like all. Like, why?
She's not always cognizant of her. Okay, well, this is going to be nice for something else.
Something else?
Yeah. Just put it over yonder there. Okay, where are we here?
That's a good call. Goldfish orange.
Goldfish orange. Oh, yeah.
But Fran can't get that. She can't get the U.S. Art Supply in the UK.
Well, now you know how to do it. Okay, we're just going to take these pieces that we pulled off of here.
Terracotta with some pizzazz. I like that.
And we're going to use these that I pulled. Try to get my...
Oh, I like, is it a Manhattan? No, I like
see, I've got stuff
old-fashioned.
Sticking together here, which is... And we this is the next stage. But we got to wait. If I'd really been thinking about this instead of just sitting here and commenting on y'all's stuff and chitting and chatting.
Yeah, Gayla says we need to mark the black bleeding incident as horror. Should we make that like a highlight?
Don't you dare make that a highlight. That's terrible.
I don't think that's a good, like, if that's the first video somebody sees of us, they're going to be like, oh my god.
Why would we want to watch that? I can do that all day long at home by myself. I'm disentangling my tissue from my stencil. Because I was just whipping down stuff over here.
She whipped it down.
I whipped it down and
go well.
Now let me tell you what, these little springy things,
you
need to be real kind of careful with the little jobbers. And it went through in places. See that? That ain't good.
That's alright. We'll work through it.
We will. I'm trying to hang it on my clothespin here.
I just don't see this going well.
Okay. So this one isn't bad, but I think we can
Hi, Martha.
what we can try here, since I just have the little ones, we're going to do some experimentation here. And look, I even got paint on that. How in the... How did this stuff happen?
Where's that coming from? You
I
need to
don't
locate the source of this situation.
I have a bleeding...
We need containment.
Need a transfusion here
This
in
is
a minute.
like, what was it that we were... I think it was the alcohol ink, and it just kept showing up everywhere. And then we finally realized that some of it was flaking off, and it was just getting everywhere.
Remember that dark green that I used?
That's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, God. This is a paint from hell.
It was. It was like, okay, that needs containment. What have you used it on? It needs
Hardly.
quarantined.
But surely they didn't just make me want this one and not this one.
Surely.
Surely. Surely they wouldn't do that to me. Okay, stencil is going over in the stencil pile. Papers are going here. Stencil. Okay, this paper, I think we're going to use this. Because I think it would be kind of interesting.
Oh, yes. I like that idea.
Well, I'm telling you, God, I'm going to put this right here. Be covering it up with some more stuff as I yank it off of here. I was very excited when Brad, because last night, I went to bed really early last night.
Yeah, you did.
Well, I didn't have a nap yesterday. That's always a... Yeah, okay. The reason I'm feeling that is so that when you first start out, it's a good idea to get your little cuppy things on the back side.
We have been talking about doing like a mashup blooper or highlights kind of reel type thing.
For what?
For us. And that way if we ever, like, you know, when we go on vacation again, we can just do maybe an hour long, or maybe even just 30 minutes or so different.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that way something's still coming out on the days that we stream, but you know, it's not it's fun.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Sounds good.
I think Eddie's bartending in the chat. With their drink requests at this point.
Okay, let's try a little copper iridescent here. What?
Eddie always serves his nuts in a dish. You know, why wouldn't you? Yeah, I mean, it'd be uncivilized otherwise, wouldn't it?
I think I just about screwed this up before I ever started.
No.
Remember we talked about going with the smaller first. And just...
Gayla says she doesn't think that we can do it because there's just so much material to choose from.
So much material to choose.
Yes, for the bloopers and things. I don't know. We've got, there's some that are the definite go-to. Brad, we even still talk about chicken mousse every once in a while. That comes up into conversation.
Chicken mousse.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, you gotta look through our videos. There you go, a little teaser. It is actually called chicken mousse, so you could search it. And then you can find the stream, because it should be linked. Because I was doing a good job at that point. Some things just fall off, you know. Let's see. Fran is telling me something. Arteza has a zesty orange. Yes, I think that's probably very similar. I've seen it. Yes. Agreed.
Slight snafu there. Oh, now look at that.
Ooh.
Now we can still come back over this one on the big plate with a color that's totally transparent that's going to cover the whole thing. I'm very much liking that.
I'm telling you, we need to win the lottery so we can buy a hotel and then we can throw Arty events all the time.
Absolutely. All right, now let me see. What do I have here? Oh, that's kind of nice. Let's get that off of there with some...
Oh, that rarely happens around here.
What is rarely happening?
People getting sent to the naughty chair. We actually kind of encourage such behavior. We just may not say it in the stream, because... And that's the dog that's breathing all weird over there. It's just being kind of huffy over there.
She's huffy?
Yeah.
Well, she's...
Like people are worried if you're some weird ventriloquistic, like asthmatic something or other.
It's not me wheezing.
No. Ooh. All right, people are signing up for the Arty Bar fun.
The what?
Arty Bar. You know, we're going to art and drink.
Oh.
We could really only throw one of those events like once a year, because it's about all we do these days.
Oh, that wasn't what I wanted, but it'll work. Nice little wrinkling going on there. This will be a nice little piece, you know.
Oh,
just...
yes. A little tag. Start of a tag.
Absolutely. All right, we've got another one here that's got some... Oh, look at this.
Diane, that's okay.
Some veining on it. That'll be nice. All right. With
some veining.
Some veining. Now. We're really tempted to do that, but I just am afraid it'll pull it off on the stencil. Okay, well, we haven't used this one. Let's use this one. Because this one's got a lot of, you know, when we're talking about around the, there's going to be a little frame around the edge, and I'm really trying to get the darn thing on there so it's fairly even. Turn it over and look at it. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty good. Righto. And now let's do...
Careful.
Rustle my...
There, you know, you
paint
shaking
out.
the box. Like, there's a...
Is it
It's a
falling
domino,
over the edge?
It could be a domino situation if you get too rough with it.
Okay, I better bring that back a little bit more. Oopsie, oopsie. Okay, this is Venetian red. It is the most opaque, can you see that? The most opaque color I have. And I really like the way Carrie put his on the edge. And I told Mariah, I said, you know, that's such a good idea to leave those big old margins sometimes, because you can utilize those.
That happens more so, obviously, on the 5x7 than anything else, because, you know, we only have so much area we can cut and so much area that, you know, of the material.
And on the first round of these stencils, when you're kind of getting them broke in, just make sure that you've got them push, push, push. And the ones that have the little, these little things that go this way, you want to be careful when you first go over and make sure you're going the opposite way so that you're not flipping them up.
Yeah.
Because that can be like a real deal breaker. All right. I don't know that this is going to give us much of a print, but we're going to do it anyway. Just to kind of to see. Keep losing my dadgum tissue paper.
Hi, Sarah. We were just talking about you the other day, wondering how you're doing. Oh, goodness.
That's great.
Crazy, crazy. Ooh, that's very, very, very pretty. That was a good choice.
All right, look at that. Now, you can see that, and we've got this over here. I'm going to put this away and let it dry. And hopefully I've got, oh, this has still got
Venetian, right?
flurry thing.
Venetian or Phoenician?
Venetian, yeah, Venice.
Yeah.
Rojo Venecio. Yeah, and it really isn't, it really isn't, well, it is kind of red.
It has a reddy tone, but it's like brown with more red.
Reddish brown, yes.
We're getting real technical here.
Yeah. And I could probably clean that off and get some, but I'm not going to take time to do that because I want to get on with it here. All right, we've got some little rose things here. And I don't know that I want to
brick red, yes.
I don't know that I want to deal with those right now. Oh, and we've got some of this one.
That's saucers. That is also a Fran stencil. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love the saucers. It's a good mark making little dude.
Yeah, it really is, and it's I don't want to throw that away. I want to keep that. Right. I want to use. Do I want to use that one?
Hello, Michelle, and she says it looks like they're red dirt. They have volcanic soil.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very much so. All right, we're going to still stay within our color scheme that we've got going here, which is red, basically. We've got our kind of our this color red here, but I still think it's going to be okay. This other one kind of turned out kind of orangey. And probably what I would do with this to make it get it back in our color range is use one of the sheer reds that I have up here. Okay, let's do you want to do black? Do violet.
Maybe.
Do Prussian. Don't know that I want to bring blue in. All right, let's do this one.
Okay.
It's kind of in the red family.
All right, while you're doing that, let's go ahead and do our giveaway because we've got, another 30 minutes, but I like to kind of do it at this point because then I don't forget and I still have time to do things. So, let's go ahead and do stencils, hashtag stencils in the chat, and then we will do a giveaway. Do remember that you must place an order of $30 or more in order to use your promo code. To get your promo code, please reach out to me via email, Facebook Messenger. We would receive a messenger pigeon, I think, maybe. Careful, we have a cat. That was funny.
Very funny. I was just reminded of Mo saying when she sent her stuff that one time from UK, she said, I could have sent my pigeon and it had been faster than...
Ah, that's funny. All right.
That was when they were really having problems with their postal.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're still doing those kind of rolled out stripes or not. I can't remember. I can't find my little...
All right, that was a mighty fine color there. I hope y'all observed that. Mighty fine, mighty fine.
With the S stencils, because, there's multiple today. Used to change yours. There you go. Alright. Oh, it's still coming in.
I was going to put this on top, but I'm not going to because I think it's absolutely stunning.
Nicely done there.
And I think that color is just absolutely wonderful. Y'all help me remember that. That was Mauve Lucas Krill.
Oh, Brad's counting down. Oh, he's doing a countdown for me. I told him, I said I was really sad that the giveaway didn't have a little bit more like, ooh. He's giving me a, ooh. He's so sweet.
Now, check this out, ladies and gentlemen.
Ah, very cool.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm rolling it, Evie. Yay. All right, reach out to me, Evie, but I can reach out to you. But you still do need to remind me because, I walk downstairs. Things happen. I think we timed that well. I appreciate that. I love Brad. What was it mixed with? The mauve.
It was mixed with the alizarin. I'm going to do it again because I thought that was a really.
That's a stunner. That's some good stuff right there.
We'll use a little less so that more of the mauve can come through. And we'll. Look at that color of that brayer.
Yeah,
Isn't that one?
Oh, and Sharon, she got her first brayer skin. Very proud of that. And that was a good one. That was a good one to get. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, she posted it over in the Makers and Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. If you aren't a part of that, then you're missing out on things like bear skins. Because that's something that gets us all very excited. Because that's who we are. And then people ask, what are you going to do with them? You save them. And then there's going to be some day when it turns into something really wonderful and awesome.
Yes.
P's trinket collection is getting quite big. She's going to have to make a decision about Archie. Like, we're going to have either an intervention or something.
Pressure. People are always pressuring.
But it looks really cool in the container. Yeah.
All right. Now, what we're going to do, I'm not putting any paper down on this.
Oh,
What I want to do...
Carrie said to write that mixture down in your paint book.
Boy, I know. Isn't that a good one? I want to put this one on going the opposite way and try to match it up to the dots. And I think it's going to be
It's a lot of
so
movement there.
awesome. Now,
Oh, Julie has 2 brayer skins. Did you post them both? Oh, Sharon has trinkets for you, too. Well, send them this way.
Oh,
we're
thank
going to
you.
do something. And I think they're going to end up on Archie. She just, has been oohing and awing at him in his goldness.
I do, and every now and then I go over there and I shake my thing of trinkets and hold them up to Archie and say, okay, now what do you think? I'm really liking it more all the time. Okay.
I'm not reading that.
I totally forgot that I had this.
Well, what do you want to do about that? And do you think we could pull that other one that you put down?
Here, what do you think about this? Look at this. See the edge there? That color?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think that'd be pretty?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I need to get this off anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So I probably need to mix that on my little...
It was 2 squirts of... Which one?
I'm going to try to mix it again.
Okay.
All right. It's the Utrecht. Little squirt of that.
That was kind of either 2 little ones or 1 big one.
Yeah.
Medium size, maybe.
You just work it out.
Work it out, Gayla. Let's work it out.
Trial and error. Trial and error.
And a little bit smaller one of the mauve, I think. I don't know. That seemed about equal. I think you need more of your Utrecht.
More of the red?
I do. For you to hit the same.
I think you're right.
Oh.
Were you groaning about that?
Oh, I was just reading something that Julie has hers in a CD envelope that has a little window on it. Her skins. Yeah, it's a 2-to-1 ratio. I think that's a good. Thank you, Carrie. It takes all of us. It really does.
And I'm going to kind of spread that out because I'm going to pull this with something. I say as my paint's drying over here on the other place. Okay. That's good, Ganook.
Hello, Anthony. Welcome.
Is that our Brayer Anthony?
No, I believe this is a different Anthony.
No.
Now remember, that's metallic-y stuff, so you need to leave a bit more paint on it
I do need
you
to.
would like to.
Thank you, Mariah. Oh, you're right. I need to stop
Doing that.
brayering. Really work it down in those little surfaces.
Yes, we have quite a few that. So we have Dancing Graffiti, which is a really cool stencil that gives you that kind of graffiti look. P calls it jazz. And then we have a full-on, like, a semic, and it comes in all sorts of sizes. You can even get it in an ATC size. So you can get various. And now we also have both of those in stamps. So we got you covered. Thank you for asking, Dawn. Anthony says it's a different Anthony, even though I am disappointed I am not. And it's Baron. She meant to say Baron Anthony.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, yes.
We still like you.
Yes.
It's just the other Anthony is very popular in this group.
All right. Did y'all see that?
I did. Nice wiggle. Good jobbers. Oh, Kathy B. Yeah, she's further back in the stream. What's she gonna do with this one? I think what would be pretty cool is the little sky blue would be very beautiful.
Well, remember, I'm going to try to do this.
Oh, you're doing the back. Okay. Seems that you're in the right group, Anthony.
And I think sky blue would be good. And I just about put the wrong side down.
Your hair's looking really lovely today, because you're leaning in. Careful though, you're gonna bonk. Just gotta do it to get the right position in.
I do. Sorry about that.
That was an interesting approach.
Drug her across the...
Yeah. Oh, and I think it's even going to be okay if you don't get it all smooth.
I think it is too.
I like that idea that it's kind of worn.
A little bit of a bleed through there. Now this is the side that you're going to see. And maybe pull it with the Prussian.
Yep.
Or gold.
I actually think the Prussian's a smarter way to go. I think it'll be pretty cool.
Ooh, that's a pretty color. Isn't it?
Hello, Kellyanne. That's beautiful. You got kind of into it like a periwinkle, and love that.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Put that brayer off over in the sun.
But you can see what's going to... Can you see? Is it in the right place?
Mm-hmm. See, I think that's why the darker makes a bit more sense. If you go with the gold, what will happen is it'll run into that baby blue a bit more than...
I think it will, and
like,
it's too much the same value.
There we go. Yes.
Oh gosh, I'm just getting I'm running into problems here.
You got a plate back up?
Well, my tissue paper's interfering with the wet paint. I can't. Do you know?
Is that one ready to pull by chance? You've got 12 minutes, by the way.
They're all cold.
Okay.
I have been testing them.
Well, maybe what I will...
The problem is when it's like this and it's cold and damp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Things aren't drying as quickly.
They just...
And we don't have the heat on.
Alright, I want to try something here.
We like to dream in this group. But I tell you what, we win the lottery and it's big enough. I'm buying a building. some sort. With like on-premise, you know, residents and whatnot. Might have to be out in the middle of nowhere. To get the right price.
Well, we don't care about that. I don't care about that.
No.
I never go anywhere anyway.
Although close enough that you can still like fly in and, you know, it's not a horrible drive. Yeah, and we might be, well, sort of, yeah. Ooh. The stencil looks fantastic.
Doesn't it?
Really, that's very much my happy place of color. That looks cool.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh, Carrie says if he wins the lottery, he will also invest in that. Fantastic. Those of you coming in, if you're finding this as fascinating as we do, you're in the right place. Hang out. Subscribe to the channel. Leave us comments. Oh, and by the way,
it can only get better.
It can only get better. If you come back and leave a comment on this here video stream, you know, you have to wait until it gets, you know, done to leave comments. But come back, leave a comment. We'll probably do another ATC giveaway on the, you know, on Tuesday. Because we got lots of ATCs, and I plan on getting back up here and doing a little bit. Although, I think, obviously we have orders and things that need to be taken care of as well.
I'll be in.
The blue color that she used last, that's the, I always call it like sky blue, but it's the phthalo, light phthalo, the
light
golden.
phthalo blue. And it is a good color to have. It's a good color to have along with,
Ah, that's good, Brenda. I'm so happy.
This one.
And I love it when you guys post that you've received your ATC.
And this fern. Yes, that is really.
Because P gets to see that who gets what. Because she doesn't always, like, you know, she's not always, like, paying attention to that. And then also, it's cool because we know that it arrived. Because if I'm just sending out just an ATC, I'm using standard postage, no tracking. And, you know, it's a little peace of mind that it has reached its destination.
Now, this one will become a. You may get a piece of it in the mail.
Oh, yes. This would be some good starts to the little package pieces.
Now, I saved these out because remember when we were trying to make, trying to get teal and purple? Well, actually we did, but this is more of an orchid. It's not really true. Oh, I really just messed things up a whole lot more. But I think that these are close, especially this one. This one could very much become a background to, say, this.
Oh, yes.
Over the top of that. Look at that. Isn't that awesome?
Very cool.
And where's the other?
All right, we have a question. Using stencils, do you always keep one side clean so it doesn't stick to well to the plate, or so it does stick well to the plate?
You know, I really try to do that.
It is an ideal situation.
It is the ideal situation, and it lets you know because this still has that little cuppy thing. But after a while, can you see where it started seeping through?
It builds up, and
yeah.
You can use it then either way.
And I do, you know, sometimes I'm just not paying attention. But I think that is a really good observation. And ideally, yes. Ideally, yes.
But reality, no. It doesn't happen right here.
See, I don't know. Do I like that or do I like that?
Sometimes the paint builds up so much she can soak them and then she gets little paint skins off of
Sometimes I do. And even this.
Ooh, I like that. And even those colors. It's kind of cool. Ooh.
Now see?
Now
It's
that,
just a whole different.
that background was done with Carrie's little leaves.
Yeah, and
That's what it's called.
I had those over here, but I don't know what happened to them. But I very much like those.
Mm-hmm.
I very much like those.
All right, we have 5 minutes.
We have 5 minutes. Well, let's look at what we've got.
That would be awesome.
What we've got. And we'll just leave those right there, and I think I may actually change my paper. Okay. Well, we made this color. This color. That. I just love, isn't this just the best stencil ever?
See, Fran prefers to leave paint on both sides of her stencils. It seems to improve the last pull when layering.
Could be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
The other thing is that if you keep using that stencil, then paint will release, and that's always fun. The little,
yes,
surprisey paint
well,
stuff.
sometimes it's not when you want it to, but
yeah.
especially if you're putting this down and you're doing the multiple pulls on them. Oh yeah.
I'm not reading that.
Come on, Mariah.
Fran likes seepage.
She likes what?
Seepage. Mm-hmm. On her stencil.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. Well, if you do, then definitely you don't care which side goes down. Now, something else that I think I want to talk about is putting this down over the top of this and saying going over it with like silver or gold.
Yes.
Because see, all those areas where the big thick thing is,
It's gonna show
you're going to
through.
still see your pattern there.
That's fun.
And that's kind of where I'm going here. All of these things that I've got going on over here with the tissue paper is because I can hand it to Mariah and then she can put it on if we want it to be heavier.
Mm-hmm.
She can put it on to heavier paper with her little fabulous gluing technique.
Oh, yes. We might be able to do some of these polls on Instagram. I would like that because I don't really have, although I am going to do the ATCs, the little flip through of those.
This is kind of pale, but
Still, it works.
it's still beautiful, I think. And our roses. And then we're still waiting for this
Bye,
to
Trish.
dry.
Thanks for hanging.
And I might even pull this with,
Oh, okay. That's a great question too, Dawn. So the little weird sized plates that P has are from us cutting up a 12 by 12 gel plate. We've cut up 2. That's why she has some kind of funky little smaller sizes. And then those little strips and bits, which do come in quite nicely for those stamping techniques. Remember, we even, if you go way back, if you're, interested in previous videos, but when we did that whole series of the circle book, the look book, she did some really cool things with the smaller, being able to block out areas, and then even being able to use it, like you said, as a stamp. Yeah. So that's where all of that.
That's some weird things. I hope it pulls.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to call that pretty much the end of the stream. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you are coming in now, please do, come back, leave a comment. Let us know what you liked about the stream. Let me know that you want to be entered into the ATC giveaway for the next time. We will have like a cutoff time of probably by tomorrow, this same time. I will cut off, who gets put into the giveaway. Because then that allows me to do that in time and not worry that I missed anybody. If you want to hang out with us and many of these lovely folks here in the chat, that is done over in the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. There have been links dropped in the chat. There are also links down below. There are links to our website, our shop. So if you're looking for the stamps and the stencils, that's where all of that stuff is found. And we will see you guys back here on Tuesday because we do this 3 times a week. That is 3 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays and 10 a.m. on Sunday like today. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.